My name is Bill Crossley. I'm the Jurgen Vornas Head of Aeronautics and Astronautics at Purdue University. Now, some of the funnier myths I've heard about how an airplane toilet works are that it just vents out into the atmosphere. That's one, that's not true. Another one is that people can get stuck sitting on the toilet if they flush. That's another one, that's also not true. The other one is if you drop something in there, you can get it back. That might be true, but I'm not sure you'd want it back. But those are some of the funnier things I've heard. So the way an airplane toilet works from the moment you flush it, in all the modern airplanes, they actually use the difference in pressure between the inside of the airplane and the outer atmosphere. And that difference in pressure creates a suction, and it basically sucks everything that's in the bowl down into the holding tank. Clearly the holding tank's not connected outside. It catches in the holding tank. And most of the toilets these days actually have a non-stick coating. So there's either no fluid, or in some of the aircraft there's a little bit of fluid that helps move everything down to the holding tank. So the Air India situation where the toilet got clogged with plastic bags and clothing and other things can happen like on any toilet, even your own toilet at your house. If you stick things into the toilet that shouldn't be in there and are too large, just can't go through, they won't get pulled through. So the pressure difference in the toilet that pulls the waste out obviously is enough to pull the waste out. But if you've got something that's physically too big or just too much volume, that difference won't be enough to pull it through. And that must have been what happened on that flight. So, the idea that the airplane goes up in altitude and down altitude, so it's at a ground air temperature, it's cold up at altitude, the cabin itself gets pressurized as you go up, so it stays about 5,000, 8,000 feet at pressure altitude, and then it gets released when you go down. That does cycle the airframe. And the toilet in the lavatory is part of that. And so the door that closes the access point to empty out the holding tank, that part's going to go through those same cycles. But that's not a highly loaded part of the airplane. So they can wear out over time, but it's not one of the things I would worry about wearing out very frequently.